Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
That recording is 80 years old. Prime Minister Nehruji telling 340 million people that they were finally free. And at that night he had a list. Hunger, poverty, partition, illiteracy. These are the enemies India had to defeat. However, there was one enemy nobody had thought to put on that list, because in 1947, nobody could have imagined it. Today, that enemy kills more Indians in 1 year than every war this country has fought put together. This is India's second freedom struggle, and this time we haven't won. On the 15th of August 2026, India turns 79. But count it properly. 1947 was the first year. This is the 80th Independence Day. 80 flag hoisting, 80 speeches from the Red Fort. For the next 8 minutes, forget the version you were taught in school. No wars, no elections, no prime ministers. We are going to tell you 79 years of India, through the only 3 things that were here before this country existed and will be after all of us. It's air, it's water, it's forest. And the people who kept standing in front of them, most of them women, almost none of them famous. In 1947, India could not feed itself. By mid-60s, we were living ship to mouth. American wheat arrives in Indian ports and gets eaten within weeks of landing. Then a scientist named M.S. Swaminathan takes a short, stubborn Mexican wheat, bred by Norman Borlaug, and puts it into Punjab soil. Under a decade, India stops asking anyone for grains. We want our food, but we paid it with our water. Every one of those miracle seeds needed a tube well. Punjab drilled and has not stopped since. Okay, remember that. It comes at the end of this video. March 1974. Rainy village, Chamoli, Gharwal. Men have been called away to government offices on the day the contractors arrive. 2,451 trees were marked for the axe. A woman named Gaura Devi hears about it. She gathers 27 other women and walks into the forest. They do not shout, they do not fight. They put their arms around the trees and stand there. And they tell men with the axes, this forest is our mother's home. Cut it and you cut us first. The contractors leave. Illiterate women in Uttarakhand invented a template that every climate movement on earth is still copying. Except India did not invent this in 1974. India remembered it. 244 years earlier, September 1730, a village called Khejarli outside Jodhpur. The Maharaja of Mewar wanted woods for the kilns of a new palace. His men came for the Khejarli trees, and a woman named Amrita Devi walked out of her house with her 3 daughters behind her, put her arms around a tree and told them that a head is a cheaper thing to lose than a living tree. They took her head, then the daughters. Then one by one, people of 49 villages walked up and took the place of a tree. 360 of them died that day. 244 years apart, 2 villages that had never heard each other's name. Both the times, the woman went first. 1973, Project Tiger. 1980, the Forest Conservation Act. 1983, India cancels a dam and saves a silent valley, which is one of the last untouched rainforests on the planet. Then December 1984, Bhopal. 40 tons of methyl isocyanate into the air of a sleeping city. Thousands dead before morning. More than 500,000 people damaged for the rest of their lives. The worst industrial disaster in the human history happened to us. Out of the graveyard, India wrote an Environment Protection Act of 1986. That is the pattern of these 79 years. This country legislates after it bleeds. By 1991, India opens up. Growth arrives, so does the smoke. By the late 90s, Delhi's air was doing more damage than Delhi's road. Then in 1998, the Supreme Court of India does something no institution anywhere on earth had done. It ordered the entire capital city to change its fuel. Every bus, every auto, every taxi. By 2022, Delhi is running the largest CNG fleet on the planet. And for a few years it works. Then we outgrow our own fix. Because we start buying cars faster than we clean them. Which is the real lesson for the whole story. India can fix almost anything. India just has to keep fixing. Start in a kitchen. For most of these 79 years, the most dangerous air in India was never outside, it was indoors. A woman cooking on a chula breathes in what India's own health advisory compares it to burning 400 cigarettes in 1 hour. The smoke has killed more Indian women than any epidemic this country has a name for. Since 2016, 10.5 crore cooking gas connections have gone out across India. Every single one of them issued in a woman's name. In a village called Tilona in Rajasthan, India started doing something stranger than anything in this video. We began taking rural grandmothers, most of them unable to read a word, and training them as a solar engineer. 1700 of them so far, they have put light into 70,000 homes across 95 countries.
12 वर्ष पहले देश में सोलर एनर्जी की कैपेसिटी सिर्फ 2 गीगावाट आज 160 गीगावाट हमने प्राप्त किया है लक्ष्य।
In June 2025, India crossed a line it had promised the world it would cross by 2030. More than half of its installed electricity capacity now comes from sources that burn nothing at all, and that too 5 years earlier. Last financial year alone, we added 55.3 gigawatt of clean power, the biggest in Indian history. India is now third in the world in renewable energy capacity, ahead of Brazil, ahead of Germany, ahead of Japan. And the Tigers in 2006, only 1407 were left. That was the year we nearly lost them. In 2022, there are 3682. The country that could not feed itself in 1947 now runs more than half of its power without burning anything, holds more tigers than the rest of the world put together, and sends its grandmothers abroad to switch the light on. So why isn't this a victory video? Because of what you breathe on the way to work this morning. 66 of the 100 most polluted cities on the earth are in India. Delhi has been the most polluted capital in the world for 8 years running. Not 8 months, 8 years. In 1952, 5 years after independence, we set ourselves a target, 1/3 of India under forest. 74 years later, we're at 21.76%. We have missed a deadline we set for ourselves across 3 generations, and the water, India pulls out a quarter of all the groundwater extracted on this planet, more than United States and China put together. 63% of our districts are watching their water table fall. Punjab fed India. Punjab is now drinking its own future. And here is the part which is not only our government's fault. Indian homes throw close to 68 million tons of food every year. We run air conditioners in rooms nobody is sitting in. We plant saplings on the 5th of June, photograph it, post it, and never water it again. The first freedom struggle needed a few lakhs willing to go to jail. This one needs 140 crore Indians willing to change one habit. By 2047, India would be 100 years old. Every party, every government, every ministry now says the same 2 words, Viksit Bharat. But what does it really mean? A $5 trillion economy? We will get that. Semiconductors, space, manufacturing, we are already moving. But no country has ever been called developed because of what it earns. It gets called developed because of what its children breathe and understand exactly what this country is doing. 1 of every 6 human being alive is an Indian. Of every ton of carbon put into the skies, India is responsible for about 4%. Average Indian emits less than half of what the average person on this planet emits. An American emits more than 5 times of what we do. And we are cleaning it faster than the people who made it. In 2015, India and France started an international solar alliance, and today it has 120 countries in it, and it's headquartered in Gurgaon. This is the first international organization in history to be permanently headquartered in India, and it exists only for one reason, to move the world into the sun. That's not a country asking to be let in a room, it's a country building the room. So no, there is no version of Viksit Bharat where a child in Delhi is born with the lungs of a chain smoker. There is no version of Viksit Bharat where Bengaluru gets its water by tankers. There is no version of Viksit Bharat where 21% of forest cover is called success. Rich India that is sick is not a developed India. It's an expensive one.
हमें ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, एनर्जी स्टोरेज, ग्रीन मोबिलिटी, ग्रीन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इन ग्लोबल स्केल हमें पा करके रहना है.
So here is what 2047 actually has to look like. 500 gigawatts of clean power by 2030, net zero by 2070, 33% of forest cover, the promise we have made ourselves in 1952 and we have owed ourselves ever since. And none of that is going to happen in any ministry. It's going to happen in the way that it always has been happening in this country. In a village, in a kitchen, in a hillside, with one woman who decides that something is not going to be taken from her today. Amrita Devi decided it in 1730. Gaura Devi decided it in 1974. Nobody is going to come to decide it for us in 2026. And for this, here is our steps towards a greener India. And here is our founder, Seema Gill, to tell you about it.
नमस्कार, मैं सीमा गिल। मैंने अपनी पूरी जिंदगी इंडिया न्यूज रूम में या उसके आसपास गुजारी है, ये देखते हुए कि हमारी जिंदगी की जो सबसे बड़ी कहानियां हैं वो बुलेटिन के आखिरी कुछ सेकंड्स में मर जाती हैं। यहाँ तक कि वो कहानियां अगर जगह भी लेती हैं तो पॉलिटिकली न्यूज़ के बाद, क्रिकेट की न्यूज़ के बाद और सेलिब्रिटीज की न्यूज़ के बाद हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि बिहार की कोई नदी मर जाती है, हिंदुस्तान के किसी कोने में कोई शहद सूख जाता है और यहाँ तक कि चमोली की एक औरत जिसने अपने हाथों से इस पूरे जंगल को बचा लिया, उसकी स्टोरी हमारे न्यूज़ रूम में जगह नहीं ले पाती। हमने भी टाइम मांगना बंद कर दिया। हमने अपनी कहानी खुद शुरू करने की कोशिश की है ग्रीन इंडिया के जरिए। ये है ग्रीन इंडिया, बिग स्टोरी नेटवर्क का ग्रीन इंडिया, आपका ग्रीन इंडिया, हमारा ग्रीन इंडिया। हम सिर्फ आपको इसलिए शामिल नहीं करना चाहते इस ग्रीन इंडिया के कैंपेन में कि हम सिर्फ आपकी स्टोरी को यहाँ पर दिखाना चाहते हैं। हम चाहते हैं कि आप इस ग्रीन इंडिया के सबसे अहम हिस्सा बने। हम चाहते हैं कि अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसी स्टोरी है जो आपके और हमारे जीवन में एक बेहतरीन बदलाव ला सकती है, कोई ऐसी एफर्ट्स और ऐसी कहानी जो हमारे आने वाली जनरेशन की जिंदगी को ज्यादा खूबसूरत बना सकती है, तो आप हमारे साथ जुड़ सकते हैं। आप इस ग्रीन इंडिया के इम्पैक्टफुल एम्बेसडर बन सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमारा मकसद सिर्फ आपके इस काम को ग्रीन इंडिया के माध्यम से हिंदुस्तान के 150 करोड़ लोगों तक पहुंचाना नहीं है, बल्कि उनको इस बात के लिए इंस्पायर करना है कि अगर आप ये काम कर सकते हैं तो वो क्यों नहीं कर सकते। तो बी रेडी with your ideas. We are looking forward to meet you. Share your story with Big Story. We are here for you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.